Hello LEGO fans! Welcome back to episode 12, part 2. In part 1, I told you about my father-in-law's email and his idea for a crisscrossing track. I also showed you how I thought I could make it happen and walked you through the design. Now, let's take a look at the actual build. We'll start with the new input hopper and lifter. I've covered the lifter design in plenty of detail in my last two videos, but now you can see the final product, which is working beautifully. And goes up 5 whole levels. That's 44 studs, or about 33 bricks in height. I still have the spinning thingy on top. Technically, not needed with the new design since I no longer have the main drive shaft that this was originally attached to. But my wife really liked it, so I had to figure out a way to add it back in. Coming out of the lifter, the balls go through a 270-degree turn, and then down my original S-curve track. In the background is the next lifter, which has a new sign on it with my channel name. A big shout out to the guys at Brick Fever for making me laugh out loud when I got my parts order from them. After the S-curves is this gate, which either keeps the balls in the track or can shut them off the track to enter the system. This used to be a simple slide gate, but that was just too boring. And I like to say, if it can be engineered, it can be over-engineered. This new gate has a lever on it to select the ball direction. It's geared to rotate these corner bricks to feed balls to either the left or right side. There's also a sign with a directional arrow to show which way the balls are going to go. This isn't an original concept. I saw this in the YouTube video from Brickworld Chicago 2019, but I can't tell you how many times I've started this up with the gate set in the wrong position, so the arrow actually really helps. Continuing on, after the gate, the balls come down here and feed into the belt lifter, which has also been improved. When I first built this, the top was open and balls would occasionally fall off of it. I closed it in with clear panels, which resolved that problem nicely, and also allowed me to mount this more vertically. At the top of the lifter is the feed into the splitter, which then leads to the two spacers. Note the color scheme. If blue and yellow combine to make green, then here I am starting with green and splitting it into the blue side and the yellow side. Just beyond the spacers is my zigzag track. As you can see, I have the blue track and yellow track that weave back and forth, turning green wherever they cross. And of course, everything turns green again once the tracks combine at the bottom. I have to tell you, when I first built the track, the base was made up entirely of tan plates, and since the tracks themselves only used about half of the width, that left a lot of tan on the sides, and it just looked really bland. I thought about my niece, who's an artist, and thought, what would she do? So I got a bunch of plates in different shades of green and a few packages of LEGO scenery accessories, and I tried to make something of it. I hope she approves. I also decided to use some blue tiles in the middle for ponds, and I added some ladybugs, some bees, and some butterflies because my wife really likes them. And of course, a park wouldn't be complete without a few woodland creatures. The timing isn't as precise or as consistent as I'd like, and I'm not sure at this point if that's something I can solve, or if I'm just at the limits of what can be done given inconsistencies in the balls and randomness in how the balls move down the track. At this point, depending on the timing, I can get anything from balls colliding to not even coming close to each other. But every so often, there's a pair that comes down the track with perfect timing, crisscrossing and just barely missing each other. And it is so cool when that happens. At the end of the track, there's just a simple return that feeds back into the input hopper, so everything can start all over again. While we're here, there's the back of the lifter with all the gears. There's the drive for the spinning thingy on top. And below is the gearing and chain that drive and synchronize the spacer. And, what's this green thing lying on the table? So glad you asked. That is a mount with a UV light strip in it. Why? Because one of the other thoughts that my father-in-law had about what could be really cool was glow-in-the-dark GBC balls, which actually do exist. And he was right. They were too cool not to get. So let's empty the system. We'll turn on the UV strips. I have 2 of them. We'll turn off the lights in the room. And then it's time for Legos After Dark. We'll load the glow-in-the-dark GBC balls into the hopper and let them go. They might be a little dim the first time through, but once they've been charged by both light strips, they'll be pretty bright. Here are the first balls through the system, and you can see how much brighter they are. Let's check out the rest of the track. First though, I'm going to lay this down so we're not looking into the lights when we go around to the other side. Then, I'm going to put on some appropriate music and let you just enjoy the show.